All right, everybody, what's up? Excited because we filled the tank and planted it about 11-12 days ago. Tested everything, and the ammonia spiked, went down. Nitrites went up, went back down, and we're sitting steady with nitrates at about 20 parts per million, I think. So we decided today was the day to add fish. So we went to a local fish store and got a few little things. My daughter was really excited to be part of the video and wanted to share what we got. She wanted to make sure that she was included. So she's going to explain what we got today to add to the Fluval Edge 6-gallon here. So first up are the fish, if you want to hold those up and tell them what they are.
These are some Galaxy Rasboras.
Ooh, Galaxy Rasboras. We got 3 of those. Not sure on the gender, the sex. Just because I don't know how to check that. But we will definitely look into that. These are the other little swimmers. What do we got there?
These are some cherry shrimp.
Okay, some shrimp. We got some red cherry shrimp. And just because of the sand substrate, and I know we need something to turn it over to stop it from getting anaerobic, they threw in a few of these just to be nice.
These are some Malaysian trumpet snails.
Yep, we got a few Malaysian trumpet snails. So we're going to acclimate these a little bit at a time and then go ahead and get them in the tank and show you guys what's going on. We're just going to acclimate by floating the bags just to get the temperatures right, and then we will be adding them in. Alright guys, so the Galaxy Rasbora have been acclimating in the water for about 20-30 minutes. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and take them, and I am going to set up a net on this little bucket here, and I'm going to pour the fish store water through the net catching the Rasbora and then dump them into the aquarium. So I'm going to go ahead and get that all going. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Alright, the 3 Rasbora are in. Now, alright, so the Rasbora are in there, but they're all hiding. They've all found little hiding spots. Once they get more comfortable, I'll add some footage to kind of show them off a little bit. They're itty bitty anyway. So what I'm going to do now is also go ahead and acclimate the cherry shrimp the same way. Make sure they're good with the temperature. And then I'm going to do the exact same thing with those. We got about 4. The Malaysian trumpet snails I'm just going to drop in there. They're pretty tough little things. So we'll go ahead and do all that. We'll come back. I'll show you when I'm adding the shrimp at the very least. But same basic process. I'm going to pour them over the bucket through the net, catching them that way, so that way I don't have to try to scoop them out of the bag. And we're going to add them in. Alright, I hope I have all the shrimp in the net. We're going to see. They're really difficult to see. They're really small. So we're going to do our best here to make sure.
3.
I saw a few definitely go in. They've all found a place pretty quick. And there is one more on the net. And he just swam out. Or she. So like I said, I'm going to just take the Malaysian trumpet snails straight from the bag, pour them into the net, and then just drop them in. So I'm going to go ahead and get that going, let everything acclimate for a little while, and then I'll show you an updated video of what they look like in the aquarium. Alright guys, quick update. It's been probably a week or so since, a little less than a week since I've added the fish. You can see them darting around back there. They're doing fine, they're doing great. The shrimp are alive, the cherry shrimp, there's one right there. And then I've got the celestial Pearl Danios. They're hanging out in the back there. It seems that I've gotten 2 males and a female, which they're chasing each other around quite a bit. The one thing I want to mention though is the heater. It worked last night. As of today, it's not working, and we had our first kind of real cold snap here in Florida, South Florida. I know some of you would laugh, but at the temperatures, but it did get around 40, 45 degrees. And we just don't heat our house all that much, so the temperature in the tank's starting to drop a little. It is now reading at 75, which I think is fine for the shrimp. I think it's fine for these fish. I'll need to do a little research, but it still concerns me a little. So I had to run out last minute and buy a replacement heater. So that heater was used all of one day. One day. And it failed. And I read some reviews prior to purchasing it that it did, but people had those problems. It is what it is. So I ran out to a big box fish store, and the only thing I could find is this Acclimation 50-watt heater. All the other ones were very similar to the Fluval Edge, the preset 78-degree types, and I didn't know if it was a problem with that or the specific Fluval one. So either way, I'm going to do away with it. Let Amazon know that it failed. Maybe I'll get a refund of some sort. I don't know how Amazon deals with that. I've yet to have to do that. So anyway, you'll see there's a little bit of algae growing in here, which not a big deal. I don't mind. And like I mentioned in the previous video, you see these backgrounds here. One is kind of a grayish brown with like wave patterns on this side, and one is a frosted white. I'm debating using them on this aquarium and possibly the new one that I will be setting up here shortly. Anyway, I'm going to change out this heater and hopefully get their temperatures back up to where I'm comfortable. So you'll see most of the plants are still doing pretty well. I've got a little bit of Java moss browning and dying off. The dwarf sage here, there's some dying leaves, but it's also some of the leaves look great. The banana plant in the back kind of has some brownish tint to it, but it's growing new leaves. And the crypt in the back's also put up some new leaves. So all in all, I think they're doing well. Everything seems happy, everything's eating. So I'm going to change out this heater and I'll show you a quick update of what it looks like. I'm not too thrilled with it. I don't think it looks very appealing. However, it will probably work better than this guy. But no red light and cooler temperatures. Time to switch it out.